I would like to note before we get into the story here that I, of course, knew about JonBenet Ramsay, did not know any details, deep details of the case. I did not do my research until after I did the reading. And once again, it looks like the reading has corresponded with the details that I found online. So it looks like there's a few hits in this reading, but I just want to reiterate that this research was not done until after I did the reading. JonBenet Ramsay was born on August 6th, 1990. She had a brother who was 3 years older than her, and her parents, John and Patsy, were wealthy Boulder, Colorado residents. Patsy put JonBenet in beauty pageants, and Patsy was known as a pageant mother. Indeed, most of the pictures you find of JonBenet Ramsay are her pageant pictures. On December 25th, 1996, Patsy Ramsay placed a call to the police at 5:52 a.m. stating that her daughter was missing and she had found a ransom note on the kitchen table. The only known people in the house that night were the Ramsay family. The police arrived in 3 minutes and performed a perfunctory search of the house, which showed no signs of forced entry. The ransom note was 2.5 pages and demanded $118,000 for the safe return of JonBenet. Incidentally, this amount was the same amount John had received in his Christmas bonus. At the time, police believed the note was written by Patsy, and it became a working theory by the police that the family was involved in the disappearance. The note was long and rambling, which was unusual for a ransom note, and contained phrases Patsy was known to use frequently. Although later a federal judge deemed it impossible for Patsy to have written the note, as 6 handwriting experts stated the handwriting was not hers. At 1 p.m. that day, John Ramsay found the body of his daughter behind a locked basement door. She had duct tape on her mouth and a nylon cord around her neck and wrists. A boot print was found next to her body. She was covered in a white blanket. John immediately lifted the body and carried it upstairs. The house, which had seen traffic all day from friends and police, was now a contaminated crime scene. John moving the body further contributed to the contamination of the scene. The autopsy revealed that the child had been killed by strangulation and a skull fracture. There was evidence of vaginal injury and that the area had been wiped by a cloth. There was DNA from an unknown man found on JonBenet's underwear and under her nails. Experts have varying opinions as to whether or not this DNA rules out a family member's involvement in the murder. The case was botched from the start. With the crime scene contaminated, evidence lost or contaminated, evidence shared with the 2 parents when it shouldn't have been, John and Patsy were the main suspects. They were not cooperative with police. In 1998, a grand jury was convened with the intent of charging the Ramsays with putting a child at risk, but in the end, the DA didn't believe they had enough evidence to convict. In 2006, a man named John Mark Carr claimed he was with JonBenet when she died and her death was an accident. Carr was living in Thailand and told a journalism professor his confessions. Carr knew details regarding the crime that only the police knew. He was extradited and questioned. Ultimately, the FBI released him, but some detectives working on the case believe that was a mistake. In September 2023, Boulder police announced they had several new people of interest they were looking at based on results from more sensitive DNA technology. The case is open and ongoing. We're going to do a much more in-depth drunk tarot with JonBenet Ramsay, but I wanted to give you a little bit here since we looked at, the unsolved mystery. There have been a lot of conspiracy theories about this. A lot of people coming out saying, oh, it was this, it was that. Oh, the parents were having molestation parties. No, the mother, the this, the that. Here's the weird thing. There was another person in that house that night, but I don't know that they had anything to do with the actual killing of this little kid. And I keep getting the words accident. Accident. Accident, accident, accident. Like this wasn't an on purpose thing. This wasn't somebody breaking in. This wasn't, like poor Polly Klaas. Oh, I'm just going to break in your house and kill you real quick. This wasn't that. I keep getting accident, 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 accident. Like whoever did it went too far, I accidentally pushed her down the stairs and she died, I was mad, I was in a fight, I pushed her and then she died. I keep seeing accident. This wasn't on purpose. But the cover-up thing is really weird, right? The note, so the mother, left the note, I just say the mother left the note. Maybe that's a psychic Freudian slip. But there was a note that was written, a ransom note, and it was weird, right? For the exact amount that the guy gets the bonus for. That was part of a cover-up. There is a cover-up here, yet I also see these people are devastated. And I also see accident, 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 oops, 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 went too far. And I don't know who this is. I don't know what I'm looking at here. Somebody scrambling. There was another person in the house that night, but this could be they called their lawyer, they called a friend, that person came over to help them cover it up, or they called the friend, oh, we can't find her, and that person came over and then left and the police never knew about it. I don't know. I know there was another person in that house that night. There was someone else there, but I can't see what their role was. And with her, I just keep saying accident, accident. This was accidental. This was not on purpose. I also don't really see it as an act of rage. So, she could have been fighting with her brother. I don't know. We're going to get more and more in depth into that when we do the drunk tarot. But I don't see like, I'm going to kill you. Like, I don't see that either. If it was a violent situation, it was accidental. There's something. This is very strange, but there's definitely secrets. There's definitely a cover-up. There's definitely things that have been hidden. I do believe by this family, but it's entirely possible that none of them had anything to do with the actual murder, okay? But people are not telling the truth. There's something where it's like, oh, taking that one to my grave. I just keep accident, 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 accident.